right. Pues buenos dias, bom dia, bonjour, good morning, and welcome to the 10th anniversary of the best security conference in Miami, in this nation, and I will dare say very soon, the world. My name is Leland Lazarus. I'm the Associate Director of the FIU Gordon Institute for Public Policy, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to the 10th Annual Hemispheric Security Conference. I think last year there was a U.S. Senator, and don't worry, that U.S. Senator is not from Florida, so no issues, no criticisms there. But that U.S. Senator said at another conference in Miami that Miami needs to have a conference specifically focused on security issues. I've got to say to that Senator, where the heck has he been for the past 10 years? When you compare and contrast the challenges in this hemisphere from 2015 to today, I think we'll all say that a lot has changed, but also a lot has stayed the same. Right? Back in 2015, China had just rolled out the Belt and Road Initiative. It was just a couple of years old, and there weren't that many countries that had signed on to it. And Chapo Guzman was still at large, and transnational criminal organizations were expanding their influence around the globe. Cybersecurity was a nascent but very terrible threat as well. So you fast forward to today, and now there are 22 countries that are signatories of China's Belt and Road Initiative. And China and Russia and Iran have expanded their influence in this region in ways that we would have never fathomed 10 years ago. Transnational criminal organizations have expanded their influence not just around the region, but across the world, and they've diversified their supply chains, right? Cocaine and now fentanyl, that's killing almost 100,000 Americans every single year. And now we're dealing with not just cybersecurity, but also artificial intelligence that's really revolutionizing the way that we wage war. But one thing that really hasn't stayed the same is this conference. I know that Brian was here at the inception of it, and I know that it started with sort of a one-day conference, maybe 20 speakers or so, with a shoestring budget of $10,000 from our long-standing partner, U.S. Southern Command. But over the next 2 days, you are going to see a complete change where we're going to have over 80 speakers talking about a whole host of topics: economic security, ports, critical minerals, emerging technology, cyber, space, transnational crime, money laundering, extra-regional actors, environmental security, the Antarctic, and illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing. So there is something here for everybody for this conference. The best part about it is that through in-kind donations and physical sponsorships, we were able to raise over $100,000 for this year's conference. So thank you so much for the many more sponsors and partners that we've been able to gain over the years. And actually, we've already started fundraising for our HSC 2026 fund. So you see the QR codes all around here. If you are so inclined, please support our fundraising efforts for next year's conference. And now, lastly, I do want to thank all of our partners, our team members in FIU, and our external partners for really making these next 2 days a perfect success. And I want to start with the FIU team. Dali Santana Roda, where is Dali? Could she stand up, please? So I'm here to just look pretty. She is the mastermind workhorse behind this entire conference. She's amazing. We're so incredible, thankful for her leadership. And so thank you so much, Dali. Where is Patty Cepero? Patty, can you stand? Patty's not here? Great, perfect. Patty, also. Institutional memory of the entire conference over the past couple of years. She's led catering and logistics and everything under the sun, so we're very grateful for Patty as well. Also want to give a shout out to Maya Havertong, Cesar Cabot for social media, the AV team back there, so Andre and Franklin and Ariel, thank you. We wouldn't be able to see or hear this conference without their help. Now to the external partners, the Taeda Foundation, Mario, Gustavo, Yanina, Nacho, Maya. If it hadn't been for you all, we would not have this incredible partnership. We would not be where we are today. Fabian Cae, of course, who has the incredible network and knowledge that has really helped us take this conference to the next step. So thank you so much, Taeda Foundation. To the Mana group, Estela, Yannick, Indira, and Cristina, thank you all so much for leading our strategic communications and our relationship with the media and our planning as well. Thank you. Thank you to Infobay, which is providing the live streaming in English and in Spanish for everybody across Latin America and the Caribbean. Thank you so much to Infobay. And lastly, last but not least, I'm going to quickly read all of the other partners that we have in this planning process. So U.S. Southern Command, Fortinet, the Frederick Naumann Foundation from Germany, the Center for the Study of Democracy out of Eastern Europe, Strider Technologies, SEBRI out of Brazil, Port Miami, the Canadian Consulate of Miami, the Taiwan Economic and Cultural Office of Miami, the FIU Center for International Business and Research, the Latin American and Caribbean Center, the Adam Smith Center for Economic Freedom, and the FIU Green School of International and Public Affairs. So this shows how this Hemispheric Security Conference has really grown into a global community, a global village of security practitioners that care so much about making America and the Americas safer, stronger, and more prosperous. So thank you all so much. And with that, let's get the 10th Annual Hemispheric Security Conference, let's get the show on the road. And with that, I want to introduce the director of the FIU Gordon Institute, Brian Fonseca.
All right, good morning, everyone. So grateful to have all of you here. I look around the room and I see so many people that have been in the trenches with us for the last 10 years. And so again, it's a testament to the convening power of what we've developed here at FIU in partnership with so many people. Leland gave a round of shout outs, which I think is highly appropriate. One shout out he missed that I'll give is to Leland himself. Leland has done an exceptional job. At helping continue to elevate the impact that we're having. And impact is something that we've obsessed about since the inception of this. When Ambassador Frank Mora, I see Ambassador Mora here, who recently rejoined FIU, so we're really excited to have him here. When he and I established this conference with Randy Pastana about 10 years ago, the spirit was to create a space where diverse thought leaders from government, from academia, from think tanks, civil society organizations, could all come together and parse through some of the most pressing challenges facing the Western Hemisphere. Again, the spirit of that was this, convening power, bringing thought leadership together for the purpose of impacting policy innovation, not just in the US, but across the Western Hemisphere, to help give sort of global spirit to the challenges that we're facing in this hemisphere, and again, bring a diverse group of thought leaders together to parse through those wicked challenges. So we're incredibly excited that with the support of the partnerships, with the, again, powering through in the trenches that so many of you have been a part of for the last 10 years, this continues to be the premier hemispheric security convening in the world. It's not going away, thanks to our partners, thanks to the need to recognize the complex security environment that we're in today. And so something that started in a small office just adjacent here with Ambassador Mora 10 years ago, with the support of this community, has blossomed into an incredibly impactful policy innovation space. And so we look forward to continuing that. At the heart of this particular convening, the idea is how do we play a more vital role in advancing policy issues related to a very diverse and complex landscape in the security space. One could argue that Latin American or Western hemispheric security has been complex for quite some time, but the diverse issues that continue to purge into making this region challenging is the spirit of why we're here, to parse through a wide range, whether it's looking at sort of the strategic geopolitical competition that's going on in the region. How do we contain sort of extra-hemispheric powers that are having adverse impact on the region, to transnational criminal organizations. Leland mentioned IUF, illegal fishing, environmental challenges. I mean, a whole host of really complex issues that are converging to make this hemisphere certainly a focal point of security thinking. And so, again, we're excited about not just coming together, but innovating policy in ways that we can have pronounced impact. In addition to the convening that we have here, and of course I see so many from Southcom, and I'd be remiss if I didn't give an extra shout out to Southcom for the incredible support that they provided to FIU in partnership, not just over the last 10 years, but certainly over the last few decades that they've been here in South Florida as an important part of our community. And they partnered with us in very instrumental ways to allow us to elevate our impact and provide thought leadership to inform decision making. And so with their continued support beyond sort of HSC, they've also supported really rich research that has been conducted here at the university, research that is academically rigorous, autonomous, unfettered intellectual inquiry on some of these pressing challenges, and we're grateful for that support. So if you go to, Lita made a shameless plug for donations, and I applaud that. I'll make a shameless plug for utility of our work. If you go to our website here at the Gordon Institute, you'll find a lot of really powerful thought leadership on some of the issues that we're going to be parsing through over the next few days. More recently, Southcom supported something we call the Security Research Hub. We have a huge screen out in the lobby that's showcasing some of the dynamic dashboards that we've developed over the last few years, which is really focused on leveraging big data to parse through really complex issues. And so you'll see our small arms like weapons trafficking dashboard out there, our comprehensive China activities dashboard, which looks at a wide range of activities that China is conducting in the region, from diplomatic to economic to military and beyond. And so I highly recommend, if you get to the break, go out there, talk to Javier, let him walk you through some of the work that we're doing there. And of course, equally important to our mission to produce thought leadership and research is our power of helping cultivate the future of the national security workforce. Something that the Institute and our university is incredibly passionate about. Our main objective is to produce the talent that's going to go out and ensure the security of our hemisphere in the future. And we take that very serious. So one of the things you're going to see woven throughout the conference is we have students stepping into high pressure positions, making introductions as undergraduate students. They're going to step in front of a crowd of hundreds and introduce some of our thought leaders that we brought around the discourse over the next 2 days. And so, again, a testament to our belief that the toughest steel is forged in the hottest fire. And so we're going to throw those students on stage, and we're going to give them the opportunity and exposure. And so I'll make one other plug, and that is if you are hiring, if you have internship opportunities, if you are looking for incredibly talented people to come augment your workforce, I got a table full of them over there. I see them shaking their head violently up and down saying, please, we are ready to hit the workforce. And so I, again, compel you or implore you to consider our students for those positions. And so now I'm going to pivot to a first for me, which is an incredible honor to introduce our interim president, Jeanette Nunez. President Nunez, who is interim for now, but we're really hopeful that she has a long tenure here at the university going forward. She's got incredible connective tissue with the university. I had pulled a 3-page bio to read. Her team said, here's one paragraph, leave the rest of that aside. But the former lieutenant governor, now interim president of FIU, is incredibly accomplished. She was appointed as FIU's interim president in February of this year. She's the first alumna to lead FIU. Interim President Nunez has built a distinguished career in public service, including her 6-year tenure as Florida's lieutenant governor, where she oversaw the Florida Department of Health, Florida's Cybersecurity Advisory Council, and the Healthcare Innovation Council. As lieutenant governor, she also chaired Space Florida and was recently reappointed to that role. And I'll make another plug that that the Gordon Institute is now in the process of spinning out a space policy vertical as part of the thought leadership that we do, and so we're excited to have her leadership help guide us through that space. Interim President Nunez also served as a state representative from 2010 to 2018, holding several leadership positions that included Speaker pro tempore and Vice Chair of the Appropriations Committee. And so it's with privilege and honor that I have the opportunity to introduce our president, our interim president, Jeanette Nunez.
Thank you. Good morning. It's great to be here. Thank you all so much. It's an honor and a privilege, and I apologize for the weather. I've come to find out that as university president, that is one of the few things I do not have control over. I tasked Brian with it, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But it is a great day to be here at FIU, and of course to our distinguished guests, our government officials, our military leaders, academic experts, and all of our innovators and participants, thank you for joining us at the 10th Annual Hemispheric Security Conference. As I was listening to Leland talk about the challenges that we faced when we first brought this conference together 10 years ago, and now fast forwarding to the challenges that we have today, what struck me is that FIU has been at the forefront of all of those challenges, past, present, and certainly future. And so I'm extremely honored to serve as interim president of this amazing university, because I know that our students that are sitting there and the ones that you'll interact with are going to be those leaders of the future. So it is a great privilege for me to be here. And in fact, this milestone event underscores FIU's role as a global leader in fostering that dialogue that is pivotal and creating opportunities for solutions that will be really at the forefront of the Western Hemisphere's most pressing security challenges. Again, FIU is a preeminent top 50 public research powerhouse university with 55,000 students, 340,000 alumni. And really what you see when you look at FIU is opportunity. And FIU is Miami's only public research university, and it is our unmatched location here in Miami, the gateway to the Americas, that really provides one of many reasons as to why we are shaping future security in the region, making sure that we are those thought leaders. For a decade, this conference, led by FIU's Jack D. Gordon Institute for Public Policy, has brought together so many voices to tackle issues like strategic competition, economic security, emerging technology, transnational crime, environmental security, and so much more. And so we're grateful for our partnerships. I know they've been mentioned, but please bear with me. I think they bear repeating. Argentina Saeda Foundation and so many others who have made this conference possible. The fact that you are here reflects a shared commitment to transforming innovative ideas into actionable solutions. And again, proud of the work that we do here to serve as a platform for this critical and imperative work. Hosting this conference aligns seamlessly with FIU's strategic plan, Experience Impact 2030, which positions our university as a top 30 university by 2030. So we have aggressive plans to continue to grow and to continue to be in those leadership roles across the university ecosystem. And this plan really leans into 3 strategic areas, many of which are going to be discussed here, and I'm certain I'm looking forward to hearing that after action report as we talk about how we're going to lead into the future. And those 3 areas really are focused on environment, environmental resilience, health, and technology and innovation, supported by our 3 pillars. So the 3 pillars of our strategic plan are the FIU experience, our research excellence, and our strategic alliances. And so I'd love to elaborate for just a few minutes on how those 3 pillars are embodied and those priorities are embodied in this conference. First of all, the FIU experience. What I said on day 1 is that everything we do here at the university begins and ends with the student. And so our strategic plan with the FIU experience at the core really emphasizes the creation of exceptional opportunities for our students to gain the knowledge, the skills, the experience needed to excel in their careers. And this conference offers our students unparalleled access to global thought leaders, such as those of you in the audience. And I'm just, again, so honored and privileged to have our students participate in the conference and provide those opportunities for them to engage with you all. So I would encourage you to seek out our students, and you'll be thoroughly impressed. Through our dynamic panels and our networking, our students will engage directly with policymakers, officials, and I'm just, again, elated that we can have our students be a part of this, because you'll see the importance and the imperative nature of what we do as it relates to national security and international affairs. Events like this one ensure that FIU, that our education is not just academic, but it's transformative, equipping our graduates to address real-world challenges. Second, our core pillar of being a research excellence. We want to make sure that as we are a Carnegie R1 designated university, that FIU is committed to producing groundbreaking research that informs policy and practice. It's not enough to delve into the theory. We want to make sure that that extends into practice. And our Hemispheric Security Conference serves as a catalyst for this mission, fostering discussions that will spark new ideas and those collaborations that will help us grow our research enterprise. Today, we have over $328 million worth of research expenditures, and we are looking to grow that. And I would say, I won't say this in too many places, but I'll say it here, we want to double that research enterprise in the coming years. And so that is a mission that I take on personally. Our faculty and students, through entities like the Jack D. Gordon Institute, are at the forefront of this work, and I'm ensuring that together with this team and those throughout the university, we will remain a hub for cutting-edge scholarship with real-world impact. And then the third and final pillar of our strategic plan is our alliances, our partnerships, our strategic relationships with those in industry. And that is part of what we do here at FIU really well. This conference exemplifies that vision by bringing together government, academia, the military, the private sector, ensuring that we have those linkages beyond just our footprint here, but through the Americas. And so as we continue to collaborate and partner with those, including U.S. Southern Command, TAEDA Foundation, Seabury Council, Council of the Americas, Support Miami, Fortinet, South Florida Consular Corps, I know many of you are here, so thank you for being here, as well as Frederick Naumann Foundation, Strider, so many others, strengthening our ability to tackle issues that transcend borders. So by hosting this event, FIU reinforces our role as a convener, fostering those alliances that will drive economic prosperity in the region. And again, Miami's unique position as a cultural and economic bridge to Latin America and the Caribbean make FIU the ideal host for this conference. And so for that U.S. Senator that didn't know what was going on, shame on him or her. But we are certainly going to ensure that all of those that are in positions of decision-making, policy-making, that they're aware of this conference, that they embrace this conference as a forum, as the premier forum to have discussions of this magnitude. Again, I want to thank you for joining us on what marks our 10th anniversary. Your expertise and commitment make this conference a cornerstone for hemispheric dialogue, and I encourage you all to enjoy your next couple of days here at FIU. Thank you all so much for this very honored opportunity to meet with you all and to hear what's going to come out of this conference. Have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alexandra Bishop, and I am a rising senior at FIU's undergraduate political science degree program. I am also an intelligence scholar in the Jack D. Gordon Institute for Public Policy's Intelligence Community Center for Academic Excellence under the analysis track. My research focuses on the People's Republic of China's space activities in Latin America and the Caribbean and the implications of their dual-use nature. It is my great honor to introduce the president of the TAEDA Foundation and TAEDA Publishing House, Mr. Mario Montoto. Through the leadership of Mr. Mario Montoto, he has faced and addressed critical problems that affect our global strategic issues, such as technology, sustainable development, and natural resources, and addressing it through technological innovation. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Mario Montoto.
Muy buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Voy a hablar en español, como ustedes saben. Venía en el auto y pregunté, bueno, ¿cuál es la temática que tengo que hablar? Me dijeron, habla de lo que quieras. ¿Y cuánto tiempo tengo? 1 minuto. Así que en 1 minuto trataré de agradecer la presencia de todos ustedes. Nos sentimos muy honrados en nuestra Fundación Taeda de compartir ya desde hace mucho tiempo estas actividades con esta tan prestigiosa casa de altos estudios como es la Florida International University y particularmente con el Instituto Gordon, que de forma magistral dirigen los amigos Brian Fonseca y el gran Lassen aquí presente. Dicho esto, no fue Leland el que me dijo 1 minuto, igual porque me miró de reojo. Dicho esto, esta iniciativa de combinar lo público, lo privado, la academia, en el sentido de generar no solo discusiones de orden teórica o intelectuales, sino dar la posibilidad al surgimiento de propuestas concretas que se incorporen a planes de acción concreto que nuestros países a lo largo y ancho de este hemisferio puedan llevar adelante. No voy a hablar de todas las amenazas que tiene nuestro hemisferio, muchas de ellas por las que somos aquí convocados, todos ustedes la conocen. Sí, voy a pedir que las conclusiones tengamos la capacidad de transmitirlas en nuestros países de origen y que puedan ser motivo de ser llevadas a la práctica. Hace 15 años tuve el honor de conocer al doctor Frank Mora cuando cumplía altísimas funciones en el Pentágono y en un primer seminario que nuestra fundación hizo en Washington, D.C., no solo fue orador, sino que posibilitó que las autoridades del Comando Sur nos acompañaran en este primer desafío con un título muy similar al que nos viene congregando acá ya hace unos años con esta universidad. Agradecer a la señora Janet, fue muy clara en sus propuestas, fue muy clara en los desafíos y bueno, para terminar, porque me quedan 5 segundos, venía en la radio, venía en el auto escuchando un mensaje del presidente Trump anunciando que en las próximas horas va a ser liberado un rehén, Edan Alexander, norteamericano, israelí, que desde el 7 de octubre está en manos de estos criminales llamados Hamas. Para terminar entonces voy a pedir una oración, más allá de credos o religiones, de todos y cada uno de nosotros, para que tanto este rehén como el resto de los rehenes puedan volver a encontrarse con sus familias. Muy buen seminario, muchísimas gracias y desde nuestra humilde fundación siempre a sus órdenes y a trabajar.